Hello children, welcome back to Poonam Jha Ma'am's Easy Learning class. Today I have taken a chapter, A Truly Beautiful Mind, from ninth class book Beehive. It is about Albert Einstein. This is a very interesting chapter that we are going to read. I will give you a brief summary of this chapter. In this chapter, we are going to read about Albert Einstein. He was a great scientist. Everybody knows that he was a great scientist. And in this chapter, we will come to know about the small things of his life. He was born in the city of Ulm in Germany on 14th March 1879. We are going to know about this young German civil servant who took the world by storm about 100 years ago. It was about 100 years ago that he gave his scientific theories and the whole world recognized him as a great scientist. Now we are going to see in this chapter that he was born in the city of Germany, Ulm city of Germany. When he was born, there was no indication that he is going to be a great scientist because there was nothing unusual. There was no indication. There was nothing different from other children. Rather, when he was born, his mother taught him to be free. Freak means that a word used disapprovingly to talk about a person who is unusual. His mother took him as unusual because he had a very big head. His head was exceptionally large, so the mother thought that this boy is going to be something unusual. Not only that, there was one more thing. When he grew up, he was 2.5 years around. He did not speak. When the child starts speaking at the age of 1.5, small words, letters, but he did not speak until he was 2.5 or 3 years old. So that was also a problematic thing which the mother thought him to be unusual. Then he started speaking. When he started speaking, he repeated the words twice. That was also troubling because it means he stammered. इसका मतलब वो तुतलाता था. So the parents were worried that he started speaking. When he started speaking, he repeated the same word twice. But later on, it all went normal. Now, when he grew up a bit, he was always interested in science. He was always interested in physics. Everything, every toy, every mechanical toy, he was very much interested in playing with. And he did not like to be with other friends because the way other friends played, he did not like it. He always liked to be alone. He always liked to play with his own toys. So his friends called him normally as Brother Boring. They did not play with him because he was not interested in the games as he used to play. So they called him Brother Boring. Later on, when he grew up, we see that when he grew up, he went to school. In the school also, he was not the favorite of all the teachers because he disliked the school's discipline. He disliked the school's regimentation. He was always against those regimentation, strong discipline, and the rules followed by the students. Because he had the opinion, he wanted that every child should be left to work at their own. Because he was interested in science, he was interested in physics, he was interested in mathematics, but he did not want to study SST, social studies. He did not want to study language. So what he did, he was always against the teacher. He always argued with the teacher that why these subjects are taught. What is there important in learning the dates of social studies? So he always argued with the teacher, and teachers were always against him. So one day his headmaster told his father that he would never succeed in any profession that he chooses in his life. So that was a big statement given by a headmaster, although he was completely proved to be wrong, because when he grew up, we can see that how a successful scientist he became. But the headmaster thought it because he was always against the teachers. He was never interested in any of his exams, other subjects, rather than maths and physics. So there was maths, physics, and science, every part. So he was even expelled from the school. Albert Einstein was not a bad people. He was a good student. He scored well, but he was against the regimentation. He hated school. For school's regimentation, he was expelled even from school. because of his arguments with the teacher, right? So when he grew up, after that he was expelled from school. His parents were living in Munich. Then he shifted to Switzerland. He went to Switzerland. After prolonged discussions, Einstein got his wish to continue his education is in German speaking Switzerland, and he left Munich. In Munich, his parents were there. Now Einstein came to Switzerland because it was more liberal for German speaking people. German speaking people, they were more favorite. So he shifted to Munich. There Einstein was highly gifted in mathematics and interested in physics, as I already told you. And after finishing school, he decided to study in a university in Zurich. But science was not the only thing that appealed to the dashing young man, right? So that was not only the subject. He also started learning playing violin at the very early age. His mother, because his mother was interested in it, in playing his violin. And later on, he always played it not as a profession, rather as a he was an amateur violin player. It means that he did it for his hobby. He did it for his interest, not for any profession or career. Now, he also felt a special interest in a fellow student. When he went to college, he met a girl. The girl was Mileva Mary. She was from Serbia, and she came to Switzerland because University of Zurich was one of the place which provided degree to women. Because at that time in Switzerland, in Europe, United States, America, so there were places. It is not only in India that the people were not very much liberal for women education. It was there in other places also those days. But Europe was very much liberal. University of Zurich was liberal for women education. So she came there, and then Einstein and Mileva Maric became good friends, because as we know that Einstein did not set well with anyone, and he got a good friend in Mileva Maric, because she also had the same mental level. She was also as good as Einstein in science. So both of them, the couple, fell in love with each other. They always discussed about science. They always discussed about physics. Now they were in love with each other. So Einstein told his mother that I want to marry this girl. The mother was completely against this marriage because she did not want so intelligent lady to marry Einstein. She did not want that a book should come to her house, because she was as interested as Einstein. They both were always engaged in experiments and science and so many things. So the mother was against it. But, and one more reason for his mother was to be against this marriage, because she thought she was 3 years older than this Albert Einstein. She was also, because of that, she opposed the marriage also because of that. Now they married, but the marriage broke out, right? The marriage did not continue for a long time. In 1919, the marriage broke. And then when Einstein was solving the most difficult problems in physics, his private life was unraveling. It had started to fail. And Mileva and he, both of them, could not continue their marriage for a long time, because Mileva did not want to be simply a housewife, right? And then their marriage started. They finally married in January 1903, but it did not take long time. They could not continue as a married couple for a long time, and their marriage broke. Now, Einstein's new personal chapter coincided with his rise in the world fame in 1915. He has published his general theory. This was the time of his height. This was the golden period of his scientific experiments. But his married life was crashing during these years only. After years of constant fighting, the couple finally divorced in 1919. And Einstein married his cousin Elsa the same year. Elsa was his cousin who was very close to him when he was in a school and college. She favored him very much when he was upset in his violin classes, or when he was upset in his studies, he did not want to go to school. All those time, Elsa was always together with him. So now, after breaking from Meliva Merrick, he married to Elsa the same year. And marriage was breaking, but he was getting very much success in his scientific field. In 1915, he had published his General Theory of Relativity, which provided a new interpretation of gravity. An eclipse took place same year, and then scientists could very easily know how accurate his calculations were in physics. And then he got Nobel Prize in 1921. He was showered with honors and invitations from all over the world and lauded by the press. Everybody accepted, everybody acknowledged his scientific theories, and the entire world welcomed him as a great scientist. Now, Nazis came into power in Germany in 1933, and Einstein emigrated to United States because he did not like the idea of this nuclear fission. He did not like the idea of nuclear bomb that was being made. After that, he wrote a letter even to President Franklin Roosevelt, that then President of America, to stop making this nuclear bomb, because he knew that how devastating it will be, how much destruction it will cause. But American president did not pay any attention to his words. Rather, the American president developed the atomic bomb, now secretly, which was a project open to everyone. Everybody knew about it. When Einstein wrote a letter not to use this, not to proceed with this project, they started working secretly, and then it was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and the history gives us the report. It is very much evident in history that how bad, how devastating it was. Now, Einstein was deeply shaken by the extent of destruction. By now, he had all achievements in his scientific field, in his physics. Now, what he did, he became a social reformer. He started working and talking for the world welfare. And Einstein was deeply shaken by the extent of the destruction. This time he wrote a public missive to the United States. He requested to United States, writing a letter that it must be stopped. There should be a unified one government which will look into these type of destructions which is caused by another nations. So he started working for the welfare of the people. He started working for the welfare of mankind. In it, he proposed the formation of a world government. Unlike the letter to Roosevelt, this one made no impact. This letter had also no impact on it. But over the next decade, Einstein got ever more involved in politics and agitating for an end to the arms buildup, and using his popularity to campaign for peace and democracy. Now he started working for peace and democracy in the world. And Einstein died in 1955 at the age of 76. He was celebrated as a visionary and world citizen as much as a scientific genius. Now we see that he was a scientific genius, no doubt. His contribution in the field of physics can never be forgotten in the world. But he is also considered as a world citizen because he talked about humanity. He talked about every human being. It was not only that he talked about people of Europe or he talked about the people of United States of America. Rather, he started working and talking about the peace and democracy of the whole world. And that is why the whole world considered him as a world citizen. At the same time, we can see the heading of this chapter, that is a truly beautiful mind. It is because he had a mind which was really beautiful. His soul was very beautiful because he worked for humanity. It was not because he worked for only for his own country. Rather, he worked for the entire humanity. That is why people talk about him as a world citizen. His contribution in the field of science and his contribution for the peace and democracy in the world can never be forgotten. This is a brief description of the chapter. Children, if you need the deep explanation of the chapter, you write down in the comment box, please. I will send you. I will talk to you once again in my next video with elaborate explanation. Till then, bye bye.